I'm strong as can finish, 'cause I eats my spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I really want Don to sit through that terrible impression.
I was not emotionally ready to hear that today.
So, this is a reaction to Popeye vs. Saitama. God, I'm so tired. Because
I relate.
I didn't get to watch it with you and everyone else, so this is my reaction. And Biffweed is also here.
I am, yes, much to Nem's dismay, probably.
I'm not going to say something that could be worded as making myself look better by putting the more boring person in with me.
That's because you'd be stealing my joke from last time, cringeite, filthy plagiarist.
I literally just said I'm not going to do that. Is it plagiarism to not make the joke?
Tisk.
Wow. At some point, you're going to press play, mate.
I thought you had more of an introduction planned, but if you're ready,
planning, that was your first mistake.
Right, if I'll just leave that audio up and I'll just balance my own.
Saitama, the One-Punch Man.
There he is.
Popeye, the Sailor Man. East versus
So now, who do you think is gonna win? Just in case, like, you had like a 2-hour video, just in case you didn't have that.
These two warriors may seem
2 hours is probably a bit much for it.
Yeah, 2 hours probably more. You probably only need like 15 minutes, and you could spend the rest of the time talking about like Mazinger Z or something.
Yes. Oh, okay. That bit is hand drawn.
Life is pain. Brutal and
I did cave. I was trying not to watch the previews, but I ended up watching the Saitama preview ahead of time.
I managed to not watch them, and I wasn't even part of that pact.
Fuck you.
Oh.
Yo, Gumball?
For this failed salaryman, all it took to get that fiery passion back was to save this butt-chin child from a crab monster in underwear.
It's Crabominable. Yeah, Don's favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
Wait, does Don like Crabominable?
Crabominable versus Crablante. Holy shit.
Shattering the boundaries of humanity. So hard, his friggin' hair fell out. Saitama's strength grew exponentially day by day, with the goal of becoming the greatest hero who ever lived. And much to his horror, that's exactly what he got. All it took was one punch. Damn it!
See, rewatching this analysis, seeing season 1 and season 2 footage right next to each other, I really like season 2's facial expressions for Saitama, or like serious Saitama, are much worse than I remember.
Yeah.
Why is that progress bar still not gone away? Jesus.
You've moved the cursor at the bottom. I know. Yeah.
I didn't even notice until just now.
Giant meteors from outer space. Or a monster king who shaved off a continent from the Earth's surface and lifted it into the stratosphere.
There it is.
And Saitama's never even broken so much as a sweat fighting any of them. During their battle,
Shows him breaking a sweat.
Literally had a sweat on his head, you fucking idiot.
You had so many scenes to choose from. And the fact that is one of my biggest issues with the analysis should tell you how good it is.
Saitama's created after images just by hopping side to side, defeated a martial arts master with his butt, and survived the inhospitable vacuum of space after being kicked all the way to the moon and before jumping back to Earth in about 16 seconds. That's 8% the speed of
Screen's
light.
frozen.
Like the time he blocked attacks from this
Oh,
now it's lagging.
Tell me if and when it catches up.
Well, it's paused right now.
Is it on the Saitama blocking the pebbles?
Well, it's on a big faded grey blob that is the pebbles.
Do you not have the panel in the middle of the screen right now, I take it?
No, though it's fading in.
Right.
Now I do. Now I see it. Okay. Should I maybe
Right,
not be
as I hit
looking in case
refresh.
it reloads? I'm just gonna have my arms in front of the screen so I don't see anything.
There we go. There we go.
I saw it was part of the conclusion, so it's good that I put my arms up. You should have thought about that. Okay.
It wasn't part of the conclusion. What?
Wasn't it? Oh, okay, good.
No, it never skipped to the end.
It's good.
You know, that thing that happens when you approach the speed of light? Saitama utilizes his absurdly
The preview ended with a joke that made me worried that it would be a cutaway.
Normal punch.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
The consecutive normal punches. Are you kidding me? Those are his attack names? What kind of...
Oh, but you know how Don would put it, that he's got such a variety of punches.
He's a satire form.
He's got quite the wide variety of punches, me Don.
You know, he can punch you multiple times, and he can punch you like with a bit more of an attitude.
Super Saiyan in his fight against Jackie Chan kind of sucks all the drama out of it, doesn't it? And that's the point. Far from the power fantasy the genre is known for, Saitama's life became an existential nightmare. Without suitable conflict, the struggle that had heretofore defined him became meaningless. His new reality was inescapably
It's like
boring.
Raiden versus Senator Armstrong.
Yeah.
Rank a 9 on the Torino scale. For those not in the Torino, that's equal to 1
shut
trillion tons of TNT. This guy's training must have been insane.
100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100
They just awkwardly cut it so the timing's off.
Do it every
Oh yeah, so they don't get copyright struck.
You've got to be shitting me.
On their own website?
It's not allowed to make sense. To be
Do
fair,
they really think
They have
any
to put it on YouTube as well,
They
remember?
really think any... Oh, they can edit it for YouTube. They already do that for the ads. Do they really think any copyright holder's gonna want to stomach their fucking website long enough?
Sit-ups are technically doable, especially if you space them out. Doing 100 squats and then running half a marathon every single day would absolutely destroy your legs. Put simply, effective workouts involve
It would destroy your legs. That is why Saitama says that he kept going even after he heard weird cracking sounds from inside his body.
Consuming protein and carbohydrates, and lots of sleep. But Saitama's workout schedule doesn't give them time to repair, which means he was basically just ripping himself to shreds over and over and over.
Look, nobody ever accused him of being intelligent.
Able to move, but he just kept going. There might be an explanation. Take the brilliant scientist Dr.
Oh, there might be an explanation. Maybe it's the explanation that we're given in the series.
Genus's hypothesis, Saitama's training broke his limiter. Basically, every living thing on Earth has a limit to their natural
Yo,
ability.
it's the guy they can't
No
discipline.
matter how badass they are, they'll plateau.
Oh, well, I wasn't gonna say it, but
Have
alright.
I peaked? I gotta go to the gym. Well, Saitama trained so hard, he literally defied the laws of nature and reality. He just breaks the logic of his world. He crushed the entire field of evolutionary biology in the palm of his hand. And while he has stated that his strength did eventually stop growing, it's pretty clear he's never gotten close to showing it off in full. Such as when he fought the godlike alien conqueror, Lord Boros.
Yay!
And finally broke out his
We
serious
said his name again.
punches a little harder than normal. And reflected
Quite a large variety of punches.
Well, to be, Don would retaliate with blue as one of the most popular colors.
Yeah, but the difference is that, you know, fucking... Oh my god, my dog just went off right as I was gonna start speaking. That little shit.
Yeah. The dog, you're about to start talking about the most popular color.
Yo, it's Tank Top Black Hole! Yo!
He doesn't seem to mind. Almost as if being removed from anything resembling conflict gave him a perspective on how tropey and contrived his world is. Only Saitama's the only one in on the joke, because who cares about how far up their own ass a supervillain is, when you can just chill at home with your buds and play video games?
Yeah, like King, a guy who's also in on the joke.
Yo, what happened to his forehead? Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god. Yeah, I like how the season 2 directly shows him next to season 1 itself, and like his head is just so much more bulbous in season 2.
Built like a fucking light bulb. Okay, the season 2 serious punch looks good.
I guess that takes care of that.
Moment.
Why? What was the need?
Literally just to get your reaction.
Fuck you.
people who aren't in on that joke are gonna be so confused of why that one word pissed you off so much.
Fuck you.
Have you ever wanted to know what angry cat sex sounds like? He can sing.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
He doesn't have teeth
Exactly, do you know?
for some reason.
Never mind. Popeye's origins are
Well, that
born
reason's
to the
'cause
crudely named
he's a
group
fucking
that
deformed
Popeye
cartoon
was,
character.
Immediately upon birth, horrifically ugly. So
Like,
ugly, his father fled in
just
embarrassment
look
of his
at
Now I
Popeye.
know what you're
and
thinking's gonna
never
happen,
returned.
and it doesn't.
Good. Like, look at him. Everything about him is deformed, except maybe his torso
Don't worry,
looks.
Popeyes'
Well,
fists
no,
are
he bends that in
righteous,
so
only
many
spilling
weird
the
ways.
snot of those who deserve it. Inspired by his adopted father, Whaler Joe, Popeye set out to put his combat prowess to the test and join the Navy.
The guy's name was
A true
Whaler.
Sailor Man.
It was there he learned the sweet science of boxing and to battle against World War II era racial stereotypes. I'm being non-specific, not just because there are
What the hell was? Why was the
examples.
flushed emote
Originating
there?
in the era of rubber hose
To
animation,
block out
Popeye's
the
body
racial
is essentially made of
stereotypes, man.
rubber,
They can't
able
be
to
showing
stretch,
those.
twist,
Yeah, that's
squish,
fair.
and squash any way he likes.
Or rev up his arm for a punch that'll knock you around the planet.
Popeye's punches are fascinating since they can disincorporate their targets into composite elements, like turning anchors into fishhooks, an alligator into handbags, and several Native Americans. You know, I don't even want to.
It's pretty simple, Wiz. He's a cartoon. He can basically do whatever he wants. He can shoot fire from his corncob pipe, pull a canyon closed, punch bolts
that
and lightning
that
out of
canyon
the
one's
air,
not terribly
even give
impressive.
The sun a black eye.
Judging by the distance the sun is from the Earth, as
sun
well as the
is.
time it took for the high striker puck to reach it, the puck must have been moving at 500 times the speed of light. In order to generate that force, Popeye must have swung his fist just as fast. Hell, he's even shadowboxed so fast, he's somehow occupied 2 places at once and hit himself.
So, was he just born this way? Is being ugly the secret to pulling insane bullshit superpowers out of your ass? Because if so, you might want to get on that.
I knew that was coming.
The secret to
Oh,
Popeye's
man,
greatest
yeah.
I didn't hear that on my
is simply
last
the
2 watches.
virtue
This
of
is my 3rd watch
nutrition.
of the
Wow.
episode, by the
Find
way.
a way to make it lame.
Specifically, Popeye has spent his life consuming a miracle herb that has turned him from a mere sailor into a veritable god.
A veritable what now?
Propaganda straight
A
from the
veritable?
bean counters at Big
Sig-
Vegetable. You'll never get me to eat my grains, damn you! It's only animal flesh and grain alcohol for me!
Originating in Persia, Spinacia oleracea
Oh my
is
God.
a leafy green nutrient and antioxidant-rich vegetable that can help prevent cancer and reduce blood pressure.
And apparently imbue your biceps with the power of God and anime.
While a normal can of
I like
spinach
how
contains
many
Oh.
people.
4 calories,
Oh my
when used in
God.
Popeye's world, its effects are multiplied. Not only does it immediately increase Popeye's
Wait, you like how many people what?
strength and speed even further,
I
it
like
makes
how
him
like when he
virtually
punches the train and the
impervious to
whole
harm.
train just
It
collapses
lets him
flat.
fly,
I like how
turn
many people
invisible,
must have died there.
shift his body into literally anything,
Oh, God.
and even
That's a
survive
quote
the
and a half.
universe getting turned off. That's right. This big whatever the hell that thing is apparently God, and he turned off reality in order to kill Popeye and his friends. Cause why not? Except guess what? Popeye was fine. Why? Because he eats his spinach.
I wonder what its nutritional content is
Oh
like.
please no.
Let's find out with math.
Okay. Okay.
A single can of spinach in
I was so
Popeye's
worried.
world was once able to grow a beanstalk.
Yeah, no, they're not. They don't
Reached
give them
into outer
feats.
space,
They
all the way
don't.
to a nearby solar system and shattered this stylized yellow star. By measuring the volume of this spinach stalk and including the caloric density of regular spinach, we can calculate one single can of Popeye spinach contains over 46 undecillion calories. That's over 700 octillion times greater than the total calories the average person will consume over their entire life.
That's
Probably
over
healthy to eat, yeah.
46 million Yoda tons of TNT, enough to destroy, well, a star, or enough to punch your annoying neighbor so hard that when they land, they tilt the Earth.
By measuring the angle of the planet after tilting,
That
we
happens.
can determine its axis was adjusted by about 13 degrees in less than a second. That's a speed of about 1.8 million meters per second.
I wonder, is that enough to power a rocket ship so fast it travels backwards in time? Yeah, 'cause that happened. I only know of one type of herb that'll take you through time. Whatever kind of spinach it is.
They reference
I like
weed and time in the same sentence. I hate it here.
I haven't seen any sausages yet, though.
Any kind will do, even if it's handed to him by the audience in the real world watching his cartoon.
He can summon cans to his side by whistling for them, praying to gods, painting them into reality, or just waving his hands. The dude has literally been disintegrated into nothingness. Then his nothingness grabbed a spinach can out of nowhere and ate it. Nothing ate it. His nothing. And then he came back with his. I don't know.
I like the delivery of that
Oh.
line.
He's being animated on, or exit it his cartoon to beat the shit out of his own animator.
So Popeye's basically fought two different versions
Okay, there's
of God
there's
and whooped
there's
their
the outline
asses.
thing.
You know, he's a pretty chill broski, considering he's basically a spinach-eating Lovecraftian nightmare.
But he's always down for
He
a
is
script,
that,
so
yes.
if you decide to antagonize him, be aware you're messing with one of cartoon's all-time heavyweight champions. And, for your own sake, eat your fucking vegetables.
I didn't see any sausage in there. I'm counting this as a failure.
All right,
Fail.
bets are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a
Alright, what are you hoping for in the animation then, Nan?
Good voice acting.
Well, you're gonna find that out pretty soon.
Cigars.
Man, scrap's always so expensive. No thanks.
Guys, can't stand no one bad-mouthing me spinach. Put 'em up, yes, big palooka.
Good enough.
Whatever.
Saitama's voice is pretty good. Popeye's is good enough, I guess.
Well, I like them both.
He would just not react to that. Like they still close the door.
Well,
Yeah, he's got manners.
you ain't got a scratch on yas.
I know, right? Overwhelming strength is so boring.
Just goes straight for a death punch.
Read that.
That doesn't seem right. Why? I can't imagine Saitama doing that.
I mean, you can interpret it as not being a serious punch that just had the force to kill him anyway.
Yeah, but if he can hold back enough to not kill Snack, I think he can hold back enough to not kill what he thinks is just an average bloke. Or at least a human.
Okay.
Hey, I knew that was coming.
A little bit more interesting now.
See, now he's getting serious.
More serious. I was honestly half expecting Popeye to stretch out one side and go to the other. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I love these custom. I think they're custom anyway. Good.
Yeah.
They don't look like any
It's
Saitama
Saitama
face I've ever
absolutely is
seen.
custom. I
don't know about
seen,
Popeye.
Sure is one crazy gazookas.
I'm not.
The guy who's a hero for fun. Who the hell are you?
Yep, I am what I am. And
Yeah.
that's all what I am.
Fucking the Quagmire arms in this season, I swear to God.
So many.
What do you know? How am I gonna get back home?
Ah, table flip time.
Yo.
That's probably a bit much. I think you need to go that far.
Right, you're not gonna like something that's coming up.
Oh God. Oh God. What is that? What the fuck is that thing? Oh no. What is that thing? That. What is this? Good sound design? What the fuck?
Oh my god.
You already had the whole death punch happen though. Okay,
Not
never
a
mind.
serious one.
Never mind. I'm okay with redoing it just for the spinach.
How did you get so strong?
It's me spinach.
It's not the same when you got that hideous face looking at you though.
Can this be? My heart's beating so fast. My muscles ache. I can feel them again.
That's all I can stand, 'cause I can't stand no more.
Glad they had
Never
that
thought it
moment for
would happen.
Saitama.
A serious fight. I found it!
My god.
Thank you. weird spinach mascot?
The Mikasa thing.
Oh my god.
It's not as
really-
funny.
It's not as funny. Does that make it worse?
No, because it's not. It doesn't take me out of it all.
No, it does. The setup, at least. It's oh. He punched Saitama into a bunch of eggs.
He took a big gamble, but now he is scrambled. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yeah, well, what a shocker.
Oh, well, I guess you could say
Popeye
that
won.
fight
I know,
was
right?
over easy. Wait, except isn't Saitama's whole gag that he can't lose?
It is, but it's more nuanced than that. Despite breaking his limiter, Saitama's strength isn't limitless. He's said so himself.
Breaking his limiter meant his potential strength was likely infinite, but there's nothing left in his world powerful enough to push him to get stronger, like a bodybuilder stuck with 5-pound dumbbells.
He also doesn't possess some magical ability to kill someone in one punch regardless of effort. Powerful adversaries like Boros and Garo have survived his
I hate every said
Oh.
Garo.
albeit briefly, and
That's
he's
your
never
Kiru.
met anyone quite like Popeye the Sailor.
No, my Kiru was Gino.
One Punch Man's gag is that Saitama
Right,
is an
yeah.
anti protagonist at the end of his series, slapped in at the beginning of his series, where he's too strong to have a challenge.
So, if we know Saitama's strength does have a limit, what is it?
We know he can deflect Boros' planet-destroying blast, but he was clearly super casual about it. He may have called it his serious punch, but that's the joke. He's only now getting kind of serious.
In order to get as generous a number as possible, let's assume Saitama was exerting the least amount of effort he could to throw that punch. Since he's still technically a human, we can assume the ratio between the least amount of effort possible and the most is relatively consistent with other humans. Let's just say he burned the equivalent of only 1 calorie relative to the strongest punch
Okay.
ever recorded, which was over 1,000 joules. For reference, the average person burns about 1 calorie a minute doing absolutely nothing. So this is assuming Saitama is literally as casual as physically possible.
That'd make his strongest punch about 200 times greater than his weakest. Using Boros' energy blast as a base, Saitama's theoretical strongest punch would be over 11 yotatons of TNT. That's absolutely insane. Enough to annihilate Uranus 4 times over.
Well, that's impressive.
You say
but
it's
still
insane. It's
far
like one of the
less than
lowest
Popeye's
values of the
Starbucks
season
power,
compared
which
to
was
certain
millions of
characters,
times
but
greater.
it's not
Sure,
really.
this is only an
Take
estimate.
Marvel
We
and
don't
DC
know
out of the
Saitama's
equation.
strength exactly.
And
The
Dragon
point
Ball.
is,
Is that
whatever
still
may
is that above Shadow and Ryuka? I don't know.
That's right, but trying to compare them with just
Yes.
numbers isn't the whole
By
story.
a lot.
I don't even remember that episode is not.
They were in the
amazing.
Zetatons. They were in the Zetaton region.
Popeye in his world, on the other
Or like
hand, can't
Actathon.
really be measured at all. The dude's occupied 2 places at the same time, ripped the film strip he's animated on, and knocked out the guy drawing him. Can't do math to figure that out. Popeye's just on a whole other level of bullshit.
Even if Saitama was strong enough to kill Popeye in 1 punch, Popeye has survived being fully disintegrated, only to recover good as new. Hell, God turned off all of reality and Popeye just ignored it.
And on the flip side, there was nothing stopping Popeye from just turning Saitama into a bunch of eggs, which he can do without spinach. So even if Popeye was weaker, he'd still have a way to finish the job in 1 punch.
Saitama was easily one of
Irony.
the strongest combatants we've ever seen, but pure strength was no
I'm still
match
upset
for
by that
Popeye's
Popeye level.
power, survivability, and plain old cartoon shenanigans.
If you thought nothing could match the One Punch Man, now you know Popeye's spinach.
How the
can.
fuck am I supposed to? How should have been that into a One Punch Man win? How the fuck am I supposed to do that?
And that's a wrap for our anniversary.
With a Vine thud sound effect. Right, I'm curious to get your takes on.
See, the thing is, normally whenever this happens, I am unable to identify them.
Don't worry, people have already done it for you if you
Oh,
can't tell
fuck off.
who they are. Right. So,
I'm not
would you like
upset.
me to go
I'm
through?
not okay. I'm not upset by Magneto versus Tetsuo, but I am upset by the fact that it's not Dr. Polaris versus Magneto.
Wait, no, we don't need Madara versus Aizen.
I've rewatched that enough.
Yeah.
Who are the characters? Who are the characters?
So I'll run through them in order. Right.
I'll
First
do a
one
video on this.
is Scarlet Witch.
Wow, wonder who's sliding.
See, thing is, there are 2 options, and Zatanna is somehow the preferable one.
It is because fucking
The second was Phoenix, and I don't like that. I don't like
Phoenix is
Marvel
another.
versus Marvel.
I was thinking you were going to say the other option is Raven, because that's the other.
It's not. It's not. They've already said Scarlet Witch beats the shit out of Raven. It's Phoenix. There is a genuine non-zero chance they do Scarlet Witch versus Phoenix, and that would make me miserable.
Okay.
Second one is Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, a series I know you have so much investment in.
Okay, but I am not unhappy about that reveal, because that means Jonathan Joestar has a chance. And
Jonathan, I believe, is Tanjiro's biggest opponent.
And also, Jonathan, even I was on the train of like disrespect than Jonathan. I've gone way back on that, because Jonathan so much better than Part 3 Jotaro. So much better.
What really killed my enthusiasm for Tanjiro is finding out the author said, "Oh, you know all these cool abilities that Tanjiro has in the series? No, those are just animation tricks. You can't actually do those." So
that makes me more interested. I want to see how Death Battle tackle that. That sounds really funny.
So Tetsuo's fighting Magneto.
Yeah.
Probably. There's always the chance it could be Mewtwo, but it's not gonna happen. The fourth one, people were confused between whether it was Boba Fett or the Mandalorian, but then they showed Slave One, so it is pretty definitively Boba Fett.
You sure it's not Django?
That's possible.
Just saying,
Boba
Slave
was
One
the main one.
I'll show me the
That is
clip
actually
again.
possible.
I might be able to identify what clip it is.
Okay.
Look, who the fuck does Boba Fett even have to come back against?
I don't actually know. Well, I'm putting.
Here's to another as Death Battle will return in.
That's whatever.
This.
That looks like a massive phallic tower. Actually, I cannot see what the hell's going on.
The characters on
the left.
Okay, there. Can you tell if that's Boba or? That's all we got. That's all we got to tell whether it's Boba or.
See, I've not watched The Mandalorian, and the fact that I can't identify this footage makes me think it could be Mando.
No, it's not Mando, because Mando has a different ship besides Slave One. So if it is Mandalorian,
I've heard Boba Fett's in the Mandalorian series.
He is.
So,
yeah.
I can't identify that. Based on like the aesthetic, it looks like it could be Django, but if they showed me his fucking gun, then I'd be able to identify if it's Boba's fucking rifle or Django's little fucking pea shooter. I'm hoping it's Django.
There are two more characters left, but I, truth be told, I do not think I would be able to pause on the clips that show them.
Okay.
So, first one is Jinx from League of Legends, who I'm going to ignore the possibility of her fighting Harley Quinn. I'm going to brush that aside and going to just assume it's Trigger Happy from Skylanders, because that would make me happy.
Skylanders a Death Battle. I would be so happy. Holy shit.
I think Trigger Happy would make me pop off more than Poe, not because I like him more than Poe, because I really do not.
Well, no,
but with Kung Fu Panda, even though it was a pipe dream, I always knew it was within the realm of possibility. Skylanders is most definitely not.
The only characters from Skylanders who are within the general realm of possibility are the ones who aren't even originally from it.
Yeah, Spyro, and I don't even think Cinder's got a shot, honestly.
Cinder's got the most shot of any Skylander that's not Spyro or from another series, and that's just because she's from Spyro.
They could, I think if they were to do anyone besides Spyro, it would be Trigger Happy or Chaos, I would have to assume.
Probably Chaos.
Or Pop Fizz. They could do Pop Fizz versus Plague Knight if they want to be based.
I was gonna say, I think Gil Grunt's got the most amount of variants of any individual Skylander character, so he's not out of the realm.
Don't care, it's literally Gil Grunt.
Okay, but just because he's the worst of the original trio doesn't mean he doesn't have a right.
That's true, but literally who would he fight?
I don't know, Abe Sapien from Hellboy. He's such a weird choice.
Right, cool. So I don't care about seeing Gil Grunt. Good to know. And the last one is one that only Donovan is going to be excited for. It's Vegeta. Or at least that's what I'm told. I'm just taking the word of what Brendan has told me. But it's Vegeta. You're not excited? You're not excited for him to fight Thor Marvel?
Not particularly, no.
So realize that the only one here who is most definitely not fighting anyone Marvel or DC related is Tanjiro.
Yeah, I don't even know who the fuck Boba's gonna fight. I know I brought up.
Thing is, Craven is.
Oh no. See, the problem is
Craven's on the table.
if it is the Mando, then Craven's even more on the table.
And if it's Django, then fuck knows.
Fuck knows, absolutely probably going to be Craven because he's probably still got more draw than Django does. Django's been in a movie.
Like, looking at it, Jinx is most likely going to fight Marvel.
You mean
No,
DC?
I mean DC. I got them confused for a second. Vegeta is 100% fighting Marvel. Tetsuo is like 80% fighting Marvel. There is a chance it could be Mewtwo, but I would not bet money on it. Boba, who cares? And Scarlet Witch just is Marvel. So
See, what's funny is that I brought up in my video Boba Fett versus Death's Head because I had no other idea for Boba Fett, and Death's Head, despite originating a Transformer comic, counts as Marvel. So I really don't have any right to complain if they put him against Marvel because I kind of did that too. So
they look at your video and like they get to literally the first suggestion.
oh no,
Like, you know what,
Death's
one's
Head
actually pretty good.
absolutely is not who he's gonna fight.
Yeah.
I love Death's Head, but God no.
So, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Like, as much as I memed that, oh, this is absolutely gonna end with Omni-Man saying, "Oh, Death Battle isn't yours to conquer," I would have preferred that. I'm gonna be completely honest.
I have a video to make on this topic, and I can't even identify who this dickhead on screen is. Is his helmet even on? Hold on. Yeah, his helmet's on. My giant screen is messing up how it looks right now.
I wonder if I exit full screen, does that make it any easier? Oh, I've got a notification from Rooster Teeth. Whoa, a new episode of Death Battle's available. Thanks for letting me know.
Nah, I'm pretty sure his helmet's got to be on there.
I think I can see like the line that goes across the middle with like the bit that goes right down the middle of the face, and then that's like the radio that comes out the right hand side of it.
Yeah,
I think. I could not tell you. I think they say villains, so it couldn't be Mando because Mando's not a villain.
Yeah.
What makes me sad about this is that because Star Wars, I don't feel is going to get more than one episode in the season, which kind of makes me less hopeful for Kylo Ren versus Guard. I'm
so surprised at how little I give a shit about these reveals.
I only like one of these. I like two of these characters, but and I'm just generally unfamiliar with the. I'm generally unfamiliar with the others. I mean, Boba's fine, but I've not seen anything outside of the original trilogy. I like Tetsuo. I like Vegeta, but he's fighting Thor, and Tetsuo's fighting Magneto.
I like Scarlet Witch. Don't give a shit about any of her matchups. Don't want her in Death Battle, honestly. I like Vegeta, and none of his matchups interest me that much. Tetsuo seems cool.
Have you seen Akira?
Yeah, long time ago. You would
pretty good.
No memory of what even happens in it, but because it's just been that long. But in his case, I just don't give a shit about who he's absolutely gonna fight. Don't give a shit about Tanjiro, but he's the one I'm most hyped for, despite that somehow, because I at least like his opponent. And it sounds like it could be interesting. And it's the only one listed here that's debatable to my knowledge, aside from Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna.
I mean, Thor versus Vegeta is going to have the Marvel Herald down players, most likely.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't
'Cause,
mean
like,
there's
I
a...
don't-
Well, okay, but the thing is, Thor's not really... He hasn't really been a Marvel Herald for years, to my knowledge.
He's a Skyfather now, isn't he?
Yeah.
God damn it.
And
I am
here's
very unfamiliar
the
with
big
modern
problem, right? The
comic
big
books.
thing Vegeta's gonna have to deal with. His strongest form involves him standing there and letting you hit him. That's a really bad idea when Thor can use a God Blast, which could fucking just vaporize anyone in Dragon Ball. And I don't even think the down player is going to be able to stop that, considering what it has done.
Yeah, threatened Galactus, right?
Yeah, and also it's just killed some really powerful shit. It'd only be the real hardcore down players going to be avoiding that problem. But there's still no debate because Liam thinks Thor wins.
I
Like,
think
just
the one
outright.
thing that I would want to see in the animation is like Vegeta picking up Mjolnir. I think that could be cool.
I mean, I don't think
Like
he
have
would-
Thor just like nonchalantly drop it on him to try and like trap him under it, but then Vegeta just lifts it. And
But then that gives
gleefully
the
wields it.
idea that Vegeta's worthy, and I don't really think Vegeta would be.
Is he not? I thought the general consensus was that he met the criteria.
Well, there are a ton of characters who meet the criteria to be worthy but can't lift it anyway in Marvel. And I think there's like this thing where like in a really dire situation, right? Like where there's a lot at stake, someone who normally is on the cusp of worthiness, like a Captain America or Superman in one of the crossovers, was able to pick it up and wield it. But after that was over, they no longer could. And I think that's what it'll be for Vegeta. But I don't think dire situation quite translates to fighting the guy who's wielding Mjolnir. Because Mjolnir is not going to exactly be like, hey, yeah, just have me, man. Just get the
Is
fucking...
Mjolnir sentient?
In a sense, it's not going to give Vegeta the Thor force. Because that's what would happen if Vegeta picked it up. He would just get the power of Thor. And then Thor's fucked.
Whoopsie.
So if Vegeta does pick it up in the animation, he wins. Just objectively, he should, because it's
Wait
Thor
a
versus
minute.
Thor plus Vegeta, which is kind of
So
like
I'm
100 plus
realizing-
versus 101, but still.
What? What if they make Thor faster again?
Oh, I'm so hopeful that Thor gets faster. That's what I'm looking for. Looking for. That's what I'm after. I mean. Maybe Jinx vs Harley is debatable. I don't know. If it is, then Jinx vs Trigger Happy is absolutely not debatable. But I'm not going to complain because Trigger Happy W would be the tits. That would be amazing. I'd be so happy.
Right. So what I'm hearing, I heard a couple people saying that Jinx could end up being the one to end the DC streak, but like take that with a grain of salt because I don't know how familiar they are with League.
To my
Or
knowledge,
with
Jinx
Harley.
should win, yeah. And
Oh, but what did Mal say on his blog thing? I forgot.
I fucking remember. Look,
Oh,
Mal's cool, but I'm not gonna remember a blog for characters I just don't give a shit about.
Mal's cool, but I have I did have 10 hours of work today, so I am too exhausted to remember jack shit.
Oh, how... Oh, God. I know for a fact that they're going to reveal Jinx first in the next time trailer, and it's going to be like that moment of, oh!
Yeah, like pull Iron Fist.
Yeah, but
To be
for
fair though,
different
like
reasons.
Jinx is like, when was the last time we got like a non-Japanese gaming character? Because it's usually like Nintendo and Capcom are the video game reps.
We got Shao Kahn.
Like I said, when was the last time we got like a non-Nintendo or Capcom video game rep? It's been a while.
Shadow, but that doesn't really follow into your non-Japanese thing.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot, like Alex Cole, I believe, is as big of a match as it is because it's like they're both. I'm pretty sure they're both from like American game series.
Yeah, they should. I'm pretty sure they are. Shao Kahn's the last. I don't know how to break it to you. Maybe you
So,
should.
like I said, who?
Okay. I don't know if Killer Instinct is Japanese or not.
That's rare, which I believe. Wait, is it rare?
Yeah.
I can't remember because I remember hearing that like
Created by
when people
Rare.
were going over
Yeah, okay.
the origins of Smash Bros. Characters, Diddy Kong and K. Rool are rare, and they were like British or something.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It is Rareware who did Killing
Okay.
Streak. It was published by Nintendo, but it was also published by Microsoft and Midway, which aren't Japanese. So I don't think it counts as Japanese. So that means Saberwolf was the last non-Japanese fighting video game character.
Yeah, cool. The very last one.
And before that was Goro, and then Black Canary.
Oh yeah, man, it's been a while since we've had Mortal Kombat. I wonder when that's gonna come.
And
back.
then before that was... Oh, I can't say Captain Falcon. No, F-Zero is definitely Japanese.
It's a Nintendo game.
Yeah, I know.
We did have Johnny Cage in that episode though, so
Yeah, Johnny Cage. I missed him. Widowmaker is Overwatch Japanese? It's Blizzard.
I'm just gonna choose to not acknowledge Blizzard as an actual company right now.
That's fair. Sigma doesn't count. No. Looking back very far. Jin's definitely. Leon Kennedy.
Yeah, point
was
is we don't get a lot of them.
Leon Kennedy.
Leon versus Frank, good episode.
Let's see. Looking back on season 4, is there? Yeah, Nathan Drake, Lara Croft, pretty certain, and Glacius. This is not a good lineup. TJ Combo. There we go.
TJ, let's go. Yeah, TJ. I'm counting him as the last real.
One every season. Please tell me there's one every season at least. Let's see season 3.
Well, I don't think season 8 had one. If the last one before this was Saber.
There's Trades vs Scout and there's Sonya.
Ooh.
I don't know if I actually claim as Jack and Daxter. Please never do that laugh again. Season 2.
Ooh.
Season 2. Obviously is gonna have some. I don't know about Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell might be American or something.
I don't actually know off the top of my. I just know it's not Nintendo, which means variety. Like, I mean, I'm not as bothered by Nintendo getting a lot of rep because like it's not all one series. Like
also,
Marvel is.
Nintendo's not getting a lot of rep. Let's look at season 8. Can you
They
name
don't have
me
a single episode.
a Nintendo rep in season 8? We got two Square Enix reps. That was neat. If you count King Mickey, that is.
Okay, I forgot.
One
King
Capcom
Mickey was a Square Enix.
One Midway. That's it for video games in season 8.
Yeah, we just don't get a lot of video game
Season
characters.
7. Did we get Nintendo in season 7? Let's take a look. On that.
Wait, we got Link this season.
Oh yeah, we got Link. Yeah, so we did get a Nintendo this season. What about season 7?
Remember when this video was?
Yeah. Yeah, it's still recording. So I've avoided talking about my opinion of the episode. Probably you should know because there's a review coming.
Whoops! I just got disconnected for like 5-10 seconds.
Right. There's a review coming, so I'm not going to go too deep in my opinion on the episode. On camera at least. It's all right, yeah. I'll just put it like that just to see how people react. All right, bye. Say goodbye, Biff.
Goodbye.